What is the possibility of life existing on other planets in our solar system? Before we can answer that, we need to know what makes Earth so perfect for life. For one, Earth has water and a lot of it. Earth is also the right temperature and is far enough from the sun to not be constantly bombarded with solar flares. Earth is in the so-called Goldilocks zone. It's close enough to the sun to be hot, but far enough to not be too hot. An extremely important factor is that Earth has a magnetic field that protects us from powerful charged particles from the sun. If the Earth didn't have this field, early life on Earth would have been annihilated by the particles. And the final important factor is age. The Earth was perfect for life for a long time, giving a lot of time for life to begin. So, where should we start? I think the easiest place to start would be, were there or are there any planets similar to Earth? Well, there was actually one that was really similar to Earth. Venus. Venus was almost like Earth's twin. While it seems extremely unlikely that a very Earth-like planet, something we've been searching for the past century, maybe even longer, was once a bit less than half an astronomical unit away, it was true. Venus had it all. Venus had water and was warm enough for life. It almost looked identical to Earth at the time. The problem was that there was way too much carbon dioxide in Venus. The planet became way too hot and all of the water either evaporated into the atmosphere or evaporated into space. Most of it went to space though. Now Venus is very not life-friendly. So Venus probably did not develop life. And the reason for this was that Venus was only so perfect for life for a short period of time. So Venus was a candidate, but are there any that can support life now? Titan is the largest moon of Saturn. Already, it being the moon of Saturn helps, because Saturn would be able to catch any meteors that could pose a threat to early life. Even though Titan lacks liquid water, it does have a chemically active atmosphere. Scientists think that tiny organisms could exist in its atmosphere. It also has a lot of liquid methane on its surface, which scientists think could substitute water. Interestingly, methane is a major component of farts, so basically, life based on liquid farts. One drawback though is that Titan is cold. It's still possible for life to exist in its cold, but it makes it less likely. The last place I would like to have a look at is Europa. Europa may be the best bet for life in our solar system. Across its surface is a really deep layer of ice. Underneath the ice though is ocean, where we would expect life to form. The ice would protect the potential life from radiation, as only a tiny fraction of it gets through the ice. But Europa has to be freezing cold, right? Like, how else is there a giant layer of ice? Well, Jupiter bends and flexes Europa, which generates interior heat. It is also highly likely that active volcanoes are on its sea floor, heating it and creating places that life would thrive in. On the subject of Jupiter, all potential meteor threats would be caught by Jupiter. Europa is perfect for basic life to form. The only problem is that Europa is quite young, so there should be a lot of waiting left. So, what is the possibility of life existing or to have existed in our solar system? There are a lot of life-friendly planets that could definitely carry life, whether it is fish in Europa or life living on liquid farts in Titan. It is all definitely possible. The real problem with answering this is that we can't exactly calculate how possible it is, because in the end, we don't know how life started. All we can say is that there were and are planets that were capable of supporting life, and that means it is all possible.